All right, let's talk about creatine. It's probably one of the most popular supplements on the planet. But what if I told you that a lot of what you think you know about it is probably wrong? Stick around, because the real story is way more interesting than the myths.
You know the feeling, right? You're in the middle of a great workout, pushing hard, and then nothing. The tank's just empty. That feeling of hitting a dead end, that's exactly what we're going to talk about. Now, this isn't just about gym talk or bro science. We're talking about one of the most heavily researched ingredients in all of sports nutrition. There's a mountain of evidence, literally over 1,000 peer-reviewed studies that have looked at this stuff inside and out. So let's get into what the science actually says.
So to really get it, we've got to start with the absolute basics. What even is this stuff?
First thing you need to know, this is not some synthetic lab-made chemical. Creatine is completely natural. Your own body makes it in your liver and kidneys, and you eat it all the time in foods like red meat and fish. It's already a part of you.
So where does your body keep it? Well, look at this. A whopping 95% of it is stored right in your muscles. The other little bit, about 5%, is in your brain and other spots. And that 95% number, that is the absolute key to understanding what it does.
And that brings us to how it actually works. The best way to think about creatine is like a super fast, quick charge power pack for your cells.
To get that, you need to know about something called ATP. ATP is, quite literally, the energy your body runs on. Every time you lift a weight, sprint, or jump, your body is spending ATP to make it happen. But here's the catch. You only have enough stored for a few seconds of all-out effort. It runs out really, really fast.
So what happens when you're out of fuel? This is where creatine is the hero of the story. When you use ATP, it turns into a used-up molecule called ADP. Creatine, which is stored in your muscles as phosphocreatine, swoops in, donates its phosphate group back to the ADP, and boom, you've instantly recycled it back into fresh ATP. It's a lightning-fast energy recycling system. More creatine in your muscles means you can run this cycle faster and longer.
Okay, so what does that rapid energy recycling actually mean in the real world? Well, it translates directly into better performance. Let's look at what that actually looks like.
The benefits you see in the research are pretty clear. We're talking about more power and strength, being able to maybe get that one extra rep on a tough set, and being able to perform better in repeated sprints. And over the long haul, that ability to do more work leads to better results, like more muscle and more strength.
And listen, this is not just for bodybuilders. The benefits apply to a huge range of sports. We're talking sprinters, swimmers, anyone playing team sports like football, basketball, or soccer, where you have these constant bursts of effort. And of course, it's a staple in strength and combat sports. Basically, if your sport requires power, it's probably going to help.
But if you think this is just about lifting more weight, you are missing a huge part of the story. The truth is, the benefits of creatine go way, way beyond the gym.
In fact, some of the most fascinating research that's coming out now has almost nothing to do with building muscle at all.
I mean, just look at this list. We're talking about studies showing it can help you recover faster, help prevent injuries and cramping, and even help you perform better in the heat. There's also emerging research on its potential to protect the brain and help older adults hang on to their strength as they age. It's incredible.
Okay, so with a list of benefits that long, the next logical question is it safe? This is where we need to clear the air and really separate the myths from the facts.
And we don't need to speculate. This right here is from the official position stand of the International Society of Sports Nutrition, the top experts in the field. After looking at hundreds and hundreds of studies, their conclusion is crystal clear. It's safe. Long-term use is safe, even at high doses for all sorts of people.
So let's just bust these old myths once and for all. Does it cause dehydration and cramps? Nope. The research actually shows the opposite. It helps with hydration and can reduce cramping. Does it hurt your kidneys? Zero evidence of that in healthy people. Is it a steroid? No way. It's a natural amino acid compound. The science is just not on the side of the myths.
And if you need more proof, just think about this. Over the last 30 years, billions, with a B, billions of servings of creatine have been taken by people all over the world. The combination of extensive clinical research and decades of real-world use makes it one of the safest supplements you can find.
All right, so you're up to speed on the science. Now for the practical part. How do you actually use it to get the benefits we've been talking about?
You've basically got two options, and they both work. If you want to see results faster, you can do what's called a loading phase. That's about 20 grams a day for a week.
Or you can just skip that and start with the daily maintenance phase, which is just 3 to 5 grams a day. The second way is slower, but you end up in the exact same spot after about a month.
And here's a pro tip that will save you some money. You're going to see all kinds of new, fancy, expensive types of creatine out there. Ignore them. The form that has been used in almost all of the research, the one that's proven to work time and time again, is the simple, cheap, and effective original, creatine monohydrate. It's the gold standard for a reason.
So, when you put it all together, what do we have? We have a natural compound backed by decades of research that's proven to be safe and effective for not just performance, but recovery and overall health too. Which really leaves us with just one final question. With all this evidence, why is it still so misunderstood?